Hi Libra, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking ahead at March, seeing what is in store for you. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the readings, whether it be the individual signs through the week, the all signs on the weekends, all that shadow work reading on the full moons once a month, okay? And, you know, maybe here and there I might pop in an extra one. We might sort of start thinking of some other readings we can do on a regular basis as well. All right, but today we are I've got the Earth Wisdom Oracle to get us a bit of an overview of the month, see what the themes of the month are for you. Looking at career and then love and romance, I do have the Yin Yang Oracle. The Lenormand deck I am using today is the Tanis Lenormand. Okay, make sure you leave comments on the videos. Let me know if there's any specific topics that you want us to look into. We can definitely see how we go. Okay, Libra, what is going on for Libra? Start, middle, and end of March 2025 for Libra. What does Libra need to know about March? What's going on for Libra? Ooh, I kind of this month it may start a little bit difficult. I'm not going to lie. It may start a little bit difficult through the start and then the middle of March, but you know, we are finishing on a high point. It's just like this month will be going, you know, getting better and better as the month goes on, kind of energy for you here. We do start March off with the Truth. Okay, so sometimes the truth is hard to hear. I am sort of getting that it might be some hard truths at the start of March for you here, Libra. Clarify the truth energy for Libra at the start of March. It's sending me the messages backwards now because I've already drawn, you know, for the middle and the end as well, so it's kind of giving me a little bit of a backwards version of the same message now. So I will show you what I do have for the middle of March. I do have the healing grief. Okay, so you can see you a little bit cold and isolated here in the middle of March, you know, really focusing on your own inner wisdom and your inner truth. You know, there's this truth that you found out at the start of March, or you've been exposed to some sort of truth about yourself, or, you know, some sort of hard truth that you're kind of dealing with here. And then we do have a little bit of a period of, you know, dealing with that knowledge and getting through that knowledge. Before the end of March, where we do see joy coming through for you here. Look at that going from, you know, cold out here in the cold hard energy to this happy joyous energy, warmth, peace. Okay, so we are going to end on a high note, so don't you worry. But we do see here we have the tree coming through first, so, you know, there is a lot of wisdom coming through for you this month. The tree really does ask us to, you know, really sit down with ourselves and focus on our own self and the healing and the growth that we can gain from these hard truths that we are getting, you know, coming through for you, healing that grief, taking the time to actually stop and care for yourself, and in a way where you can get to that joyful, momentous joy at the end of March here. We do have the Child coming through. So for some of you, this may actually be connected to your inner child a little bit here, or your own childhood. All right, and so there may be some sort of epiphany that you're having about something that's happened in your childhood, or the way that you, you know, have set your belief system within yourself from childhood. But we do see that something is sort of suddenly coming through and changing These, it's kind of like I'm getting this energy of like the way that you've always seen yourself, the way that you've always perceived yourself, and you've kind of always perceived yourself as, this happy, free-spirited, inner child of yours, playful, adventurous, but you may actually be receiving this hard truth very, very suddenly out of nowhere, and it kind of really kind of makes you question that, whether you're as innocent as you believe you are, whether you're, it could actually be, like it could be a truth related to, it might be time to cut out the immaturity and the way that you've been thinking about things in the past, in a bit of a naive, immature way. You've been thinking in a more childlike fashion rather than, very mature approach to things about yourself and your life in general here. So there is a bit of grief. It's, mourning the loss of the sweet side of yourself and realizing that, something has taken a part of that from you. I'm hearing that corn song, so there may be something for some of you in that song that something takes a part of me. All right, so it's kind of like there is at least one of you here where it's kind of reconciling within your own self that, because I'm picking up a specific message for someone here from that corn song, and it's that you and I will never be. So it's like someone that you have always tried to have a relationship ever since your childhood. You've tried to have, and I'm picking up, it might be a father figure I am picking up for some of you here, or like a grandfather or a brother. I am picking up a more masculine energy. And it's like you've always tried to have an idealized relationship with this person, but now this truth is kind of hitting that, like you're never going to have the relationship that you envision with this person. That the truth of the relationship that you have with this person, it's not quite the ideal that you've held within your own self. Like it might be something like, somebody that you've looked up to, and you maybe realizing that you've even put them on a bit of a pedestal and you've given them more credit than deserved, and it's time to actually start seeing the reality of that, rather than the sweet innocent child looking up at that person, as though that they are the be all and end all, and you're kind of now realizing that that's not the truth of that relationship. It is bringing to mind here a personal reading I had recently. It was not a Libra. Maybe she had some strong Libra placements, but it was a message for her about like, obviously I'll try to keep details bare, but it was basically a message about a person who had idolized their father, and they had rough relationships with other family members, and had a lot of issues, things happening in their childhood, and their father was the only one that they didn't have those problems with. So therefore, in comparison, their father was amazing, the best person ever. But then as they get older, they realize that's an idealized version of them, because it's compared to all these horrible people, so someone who's just a person, of course they're going to be, you're going to feel like you have a much better relationship with them than all these people that are treating you horribly. But it's not realistic, because you're seeing them up here, instead of the realistic of they're just human like everybody else. They have the ability to, they might not have been perfect, but you're idolizing them as though they are perfect, that they're the most amazing person ever. Yes, they're the most amazing person that was in your childhood, that was in your life, but you still need to be able to see past that and understand that there's still things that they could have done better. We all have things we always wish looking back that we could have done this better or done that better, or, had a better relationship with this person or that person. So I am feeling for a lot of you, it's some sort of connection along those lines where you maybe are realizing the truth about, somebody being, they're just human like the rest of us. And you've just always held on to this very childlike view of them where you've looked up to them as they're the responsible adult. They're the one that is the light of my life. They're the ones that look after me. But now that you're older and more mature, you're realizing that no, they had their own problems too, and there were certain things that they could have done better. And so there's just something happening this month for you, Libra, that sort of makes that a very sudden realization, kind of out of nowhere. It sort of dawns on you very, very quickly, and you do need to, you know, heal a little bit from this, because it, whatever, because this is what's happening, that happening suddenly, some sort of communication. So it's kind of giving that energy of, someone's will is read out and they've left you out, and you've idealized this person your whole life and they've left you out of their will. And all of a sudden you just get this big shock that, wow, this person did not care about me as much as I thought they did. In my mind, they were the person I was always closest to, but they've left me out of their will. They didn't care about me the way that I've always cared about them. So I kind of feel like it's something along those lines, and it leaves you with this whip energy, Libra, where you're in a lot of conflict within your own self, and you're kind of beating yourself up for not understanding this earlier in your life. But you definitely do not need to. This is just something that you need to heal within yourself, and it's all just about, at least you're seeing the truth now, rather than going your whole life without knowing that truth. There is something to be said for sometimes we need to know these things to know how to not be for our children and our family and our future, and the way, because somebody like that, they would have, obviously very heavily influenced you and the person that you've become. So it's maybe just a bit of a hard truth, bringing you back to reality a little bit here, Libra. Anything else about that situation for Libra, please? Yeah, so we do have the stars and the birds here. So there's a high chance that whatever this communication we saw here that's being brought in suddenly, there is actually also some sort of like a wish being granted through the form of a conversation that needed to happen. So, it's kind of like you've asked for the truth, and your wish is being granted through the form of a conversation. So you're having a conversation with somebody, and that's where you're, getting these realizations, and making you really have a stronger understanding of it's kind of a little bit, be careful what you wish for. But it's a lot of wisdom as well. There is a lot of wisdom here, and that's, I feel like, for you, Libra, it's all about the lessons and what you can actually learn from this situation, and why are you learning this now, kind of thing. What leads Libra to the joy? Clarify the joy energy for Libra at the end of March. Yeah, so it's all about the foundations here. We have the tower and the anchor. So it actually brings you to joy to know that, it's just some sort of clarity about this situation here, that once you've dealt with the grief side of things and the inner conflict that it puts you into, and you can really focus on, well, what do I really, wish to gain from all of this? You then definitely, spending some time to yourself this month definitely seems advisable, because with that tower, that's another isolation energy. I do have a lot of, individual, independent, isolated type energies. And I feel like this is really what what you're learning out of all this, Libra, and that's taking you to that joy is that you can do it all by yourself. You don't need to rely on these people. You don't need to, in a way, this energy it's been holding you back from being the fullest version of yourself that you could possibly be, because you've put so much stock into somebody else rather than into yourself. Whereas here you're actually, standing a little bit more independently and not being held back anymore. What the person that you can rely on is you yourself. This truth enables you to find your independence and that power within you of, I can stand tall and strong all by myself. I can do it all by myself, so it does lead you to a lot of strength and a lot of joy, but it may just feel like you may just feel a bit trapped in the momentum of it all throughout the month, unfortunately. But having a look at career and finances for you for March. Libra, career and finances for Libra during March, please. Remember, awakening. So this is definitely all about learning the truth of who you really are, awakening to the truth of yourself and awakening to your soul. All right. Interesting energy here with the twin flames card, as well as the divine timing, trusting in the universe, working things out for you. It does kind of tell me here that for you, Libra, it's not really wanting to talk about your career at the moment and your financial stuff at the moment. It's really just wanting you to understand that it's okay to sort of put that aside for the moment while you work on this inner clarity and finding yourself all over again here. For some of you, this is a reassurance energy that yes, you will find balance and trust that it will happen in time. Whatever you're wanting when it comes to career, finances, trust that will balance out in time. But there is also an energy here with that twin flames energy of really, really taking note of what triggers you when it comes to career and finances, because twin flames mirror each other. All right. It's yin yang kind of energy. So it's finding those ones that counteract your own energy and trigger you a little bit, and using those to show you what you do still need to reflect back from those conflicts within yourself. But we will find balance. It's just about trusting that things will happen in time, trusting in time that you will really get this because it's still giving me a twin energy though with your career stuff as well. So there may actually be somebody important coming in work, career, finances sector for you in the near future. It feels like further away than March though. Who is really a reflection of you yourself, and so it's like that once again, that yin yang, someone that you work really well with. So there may be looking into how can I partner up a little bit more when it comes to how can I get ready to work a little bit closer with other people and alongside others a little bit better this month with your career and finances there. But once again, it's not prominent. Career finance is not prominent for you this month, to be honest. But love and romance for Libra in March. Love and romance for Libra in March. I can definitely see the isolation coming through once again. We have on the bottom of the deck detachment and cold energy. So, especially around the middle of March there, the need to really spend some time to yourself and work through some ish this month, Libra. I'm sorry to bring you such a hard message for March, but that's what seems to be coming through the most for you. We do have disharmony, the triggers and conflict card. Okay, so once again, this is this is taking precedence for you this month, this inner conflict, these, these triggers, the disharmony that you feel just within your general life. This could be, specific to all different areas, but, it does seem connected to that inner truth that's being revealed to you this month, that puts you just into a bit of, self-conflict and disharmony with your own self. And that's why this month is all about finding that harmony again, finding that balance with yourself, maybe being your own twin flame. We do see some triggers for you this month, but it's all about, remembering who you truly are, awakening to the truth of your own soul here, so that you can, spend that time healing, grieving, taking care of yourself. We have self-care here as well. Taking care of yourself. Ask for assistance. We have spirit guides here. Asking for assistance. Look, I'm just in such a mess. It takes a lot of courage to ask for help sometimes, but don't be afraid to do that. That's part of taking care of yourself this month. For a lot of you, that enables you to heal that grief, to move through these issues and find the joy at the end of March here. Find the joy at, look, this is who I really am. If I have nothing else after this month, I have security and reliability in I know myself. I know that I can take care of myself. I know that if nobody else is going to do it for me, do you know what? I can do it myself. All right. So I'm just picking up, if that's something you're struggling with, for some of you, maybe ask a Capricorn for advice, for assistance, that support to maybe help you. Maybe not even asking them for advice, but looking at the way that they do things, observing some different Capricorns in your life, or that maybe even not in your life, but, looking at just the idea of Capricorns, like researching what are Capricorns like, how do Capricorns share emotions, how do Capricorns deal with emotions, those sorts of things. We do have that cold detachment style for you there, which is a very Capricorn kind of energy. That's a lot of the time Capricorns do seem very unemotional to people, and they do hide a lot emotionally from the world. So I am just picking up a message for a lot of you here to do with, observing some Capricorn traits, and maybe trying to take those on board a little bit. Maybe asking specifically for an ancestor guide that is a Capricorn, assistance from a Capricorn on a spiritual level. So that may actually be a way that you can really look after yourself this month. All right, but it is all about, this month definitely looks like you taking care of you, and finding out the truth of yourself, and how to take care of yourself in ways that are going to last a lot stronger for you. All right, that stability, finding that, do you know what? I can anchor myself through any storm. If I've been through all this, I can get through anything. I know I can hold myself steady and face it. All right. So sorry to give you such a rough message this month, Libra, but keep an eye out for the all signs over the weekend and next week's weekly readings. Hopefully we can have some more positive readings for you. All right. And you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. All right. But please subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.